and welcome to the second episode of the Unbound podcast with Dhruv and Akshay. And thank you so much for the excellent feedback that you sent us last week and all the views. It was way more than we expected, considering we're coming back after a couple of years.
Yeah. I expected 10 views. We got far more than that.
Yeah, far more than that. So that is certainly heartwarming and nice to see. But yeah, so what have you been up to this week, Akshay?
I've just been busy with some family stuff, and I finished RDR1 again. So it was a relaxed week, but also hectic at the same time.
So which run of RDR are you on now?
This was my second one. I had played the very first originally came out on the Xbox 360, and I was like, I want to play it again. And I didn't remember anything about the game, so I was like, why not?
Well, to be fair, the Xbox 360 version was the worst version.
I don't remember that, but yeah, I guess. But I wanted to play it on my PC, and I did, and I finally finished it yesterday, actually.
Yeah, I think I played the original like on the PS3
yeah.
at least like 4 times.
Wow. Yeah, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah, so Red Dead Redemption and Uncharted 1 are pretty much the only, Uncharted 2 are pretty much the only games that I've played multiple times.
Uncharted 2 is my favorite Uncharted.
Yeah, especially that sequence in Nepal.
Yeah, the train, right?
The train.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. As for me, I've been discovering a lot of new music. And in fact, just before the podcast, we were listening to this album by a band called All Them Witches.
I called it the B word, but yeah.
Not with the B.
I misheard.
All Them Witches. And if you're looking for some cool progressive rock with like dark bluesy vibes, like this is definitely one to check out. Also some other great albums this week, but I think you do want to talk about some music later on in this podcast, don't you?
Because there's a lot of stuff happening in music, especially with Bad Bunny at Super Bowl. That was fun.
Yeah. So, okay. So we'll get to that, but I'm going to keep my recommendations for later.
Yeah.
So that's one more incentive for you to keep watching the episode and gives more engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very meta like that, aren't we? Cool. So what's the first topic for today?
I think I saw a few videos online, and I mistaken them for actual movies. Then I got to know it's something called Seedance, and I have no idea what it is. So you have to first explain that to me.
So ByteDance, the Chinese company, they've come out with a new video generation model, which is cheaper and clearly better if you're getting confused.
So yeah, I think the first clip I saw was Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt having a fight.
Yeah.
And then today morning, the moment I woke up, I was having a coffee and I just saw a video. And it was Wolverine against Deadpool with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And I was like, what is this scene? I've never seen this scene in a movie. What the hell is this? It was a fantastic scene. And then, of course, it was first thing in the morning and I did not read the text. So I was like, oh, it's a Seedance video. And I'm like, shit, that means prompt writers are going to be making movies anytime soon.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. So there's this friend of mine, Keshav. He works at Vivo. You might know him as well. And he lives in China and he has access to Seedance. So he's been putting out videos the last couple of days, making that, like videos of him in a proper kung fu movie, videos of him in a cop movie, and it is crazy how good it is.
Yeah, I haven't seen those videos, but the Wolverine one that I saw, it looked fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's it. I think Hollywood is going to have a tough time in the near future.
But the funny part is, like, you remember the first AI-generated video that had come up?
The Will Smith one?
Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Oh, yeah, that was...
So that's... Yeah, but like, so Seedance, like, they've made a version of that as well.
Oh, I saw that. Actually, I saw that. It looked really, 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 really good.
Yeah, and what's funny to me is that Will Smith eating spaghetti has become a benchmark for video generation.
It's the internet, and we always like to memes. Who the hell not?
Yeah, that's true. So it's kind of funny that you brought up Deadpool, because the writer of Deadpool, he tweeted out saying that it's likely over for us. And basically, like, what he meant to say was that, I mean, you don't need cinematographers, you don't need set designers, you don't need like half the filmmaking industry, considering where this is going.
Yeah, I mean, it took us half an hour to set up these lights. And imagine AI doing that for you, and they might replace us. We don't even need to be there.
Ironically, I mean, sure, there's this band that I like quite a lot. It's this British rock band called Kula Shaker. It's from the 90s. And they've been promoting the new album, and so they're basically like Oasis or Blur, but unfortunately they weren't as popular.
Because they had that feud, right? And the war.
Well, Oasis and Blur were still like huge,
huge.
but like
What a time.
yeah. So Kula Shaker has the same vibe, but it's a much smaller band, so they don't have the budgets to do these, big music videos. So they've been using AI to generate like to create the music videos.
How do the videos look?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can make out that these are plus like they're using the Western models. They're not using like Seedance and all.
Yeah.
Yes, you can see that like it is AI because we're techies. Like we watch AI videos like all day long, so we know the obvious tells, like the softness, or that that
sometimes the sound is also off.
Well, I mean, in this case, it's a music video, so the music is there.
Not the music, but the Seedance videos. The first giveaway is actually the sound. For me, that's the first thing I noticed, and I did not notice it with those videos.
Right, but yeah, so that there's a very interesting argument to be made that because of AI, they're able to channel their creativity, they're able to create the vision that they want, despite not having the budgets for it. But on the other hand, you're basically about to obliterate half an industry.
Artistry.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a very fine line that one has to walk when we talk about AI and creativity, especially in music, which I want to talk about when we talk about music as well. But I also understand that not every band or an artist, or especially an upcoming artist, has the funds to create a music video like what Kendrick Lamar would. Or what for Indians, for Arijit Singh, and with Ed Sheeran, that video was incredible. But not everyone has those budgets. Even we are working on a very slim budget with this setup. And I understand that.
But where do you draw that line? So you know that...
I draw the line where the music, at least when it comes to music, the music should not be written by AI.
I mean, see, that's where I'm coming at, right? Capitalism will always win out.
Always.
So while this is positioned by big tech, by capitalists as a tool for, creatives on a low budget, you know that it's the people who actually have budgets who are going to use these tools to kill jobs.
Yeah, obviously. That will always happen. That's always happened with any technology advancement since the medieval times.
Yeah.
But I still prefer music by actual humans. Like, I wouldn't want a Kendrick Lamar type of rap artist that has been made using AI. I'm not gonna lie.
I still prefer. I mean, you do expect this to change in the near future.
It's not expect. I know it will change.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I expect. And it's already happening. But
True.
But I prefer music which is more organic.
The thing is, what's changed for me is that I'm actively seeking out music which is more organic, less produced.
Yep.
And to be fair, like, I'm not a tech Luddite. So there are bands.
Sterilized, that's what I call it. Too sterilized.
See, there is room. Like, so, I mean, YouTube is full of these mashups and remixes. So I've been on a bit of a Linkin Park binge recently. So my YouTube recommendations are full of Funkin' Park, which is like this AI-generated funk version of Linkin Park. Jazzin' Park, which is a jazz version of Linkin Park.
So I was watching a documentary. What was it? A wrestling documentary. And I got recommended a wrestling funk-themed chill-out YouTube video of 1 hour. So I know what you're talking about. And I played it and it was half decent. I'm not going to lie.
Bro, you have to see the reggae versions of Metallica. It's incredible.
I've seen reggae versions of Metallica, Michael Jackson. All of them are actually fun to watch. That's what.
Yeah. But is that real music? Where do you draw the line?
That's for entertainment. I think we mentioned it last.
But music is for entertainment.
Maybe. I mean, if you're listening to music like the bands that I like to hear, Pink Floyd and all, that's different from listening to, let's say, Drake today. It's very different kind of music.
Sure. I mean, like, okay, you're not listening to like protest music though, right? Like, you're not listening to Bob Dylan on the daily. But what if like AI could generate?
I listen to that often, and that is actually quite
It's
a bit.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is fun as well at the same time.
Man, we're kind of just like jumping about the AI and straight into music because that's something that we're really passionate about. But
Yeah.
on that note, did you see Tom Morella's concert from Minnesota?
No, I did not.
It is crazy. Like he got the crowd fired up.
Yeah.
And I think we need to talk about the Super Bowl and the fake Super Bowl at some point
The one with one Kid Rock.
with Kid Rock.
Yeah. But tell me about Seedance. Like I heard before we started recording, you were talking about there was some controversy in India. So I have no idea what happened.
Yeah. So this again, like this is not based. So that okay, what I'm about to talk about wasn't built using Seedance, but even the lesser models are so good
Yeah.
that it's kind of blowing minds. Anyway, so sometime this week, this popped up on my news. So my Instagram feed is very hyper tuned to avoid Indian news. It kind of riles me up sometimes. Anyways, so at some point this week, this influencer called Tanvi Joshi went viral on Instagram, got like 24, 28 million views.
What?
Yeah. She's an Urdu poet and some live performance of hers went viral.
Okay.
Except the person does not exist.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's AI. Well,
What?
she's AI created.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
And the only reason that people found out is because they used somebody else's voice
Yeah.
from an actual performance.
Yeah.
And that person came and commented that this is my voice.
What's the person called?
Tanvi Joshi.
Tanvi Joshi. Let me look this up. But that is 28 million, 25 million.
Yeah, like 24 to 28 million.
Is it this one?
Yeah, that's a...
I mean, yeah. I can see why. I mean, some of it, I mean, from far, some of it, now that you've told me it's AI, I can see it.
Yeah.
But if I was seeing it for the first time, I would not be able to identify whether it's AI or real or not.
I mean, it's too perfect, which is why we can make out that it's AI, but like the average guy, like he's not going to know that this is AI.
I mean, I would not be able to tell.
Yeah.
If I was like looking at it in the morning or something, I would not.
And to be fair, I think the only reason the person commenting that this is my voice, like that kind of became the break point where like people realize that this is AI, is because that poet, she's also the counselor for some district in Mumbai.
Okay.
So she's kind of famous as well.
Yeah.
But if it was some like average, like some random guy coming and saying that, hey, that's my voice, I think the results would have been pretty different.
This is what I don't like about AI. They steal people's work. I mean, or everything that we've seen, whether it's music, videos, movies, whatever, and what you just mentioned, it's all based on someone else's work.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of that. I understand you use it as a tool to, be more efficient at your workplace. So that's completely fine. But when you are creating work based on someone else's work, that's where I draw the line.
The thing is with AI, everything's always going to be derivative. You cannot get anything original with AI.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. So I have a couple of friends who are cinematographers and DOPs and all.
Yeah.
And I've seen them at work. I've worked with them, and the kind of creativity that they bring, they're always looking for original angles. Just yesterday, I was watching this video where somebody shot a music video using the Kinect camera
from the Xbox.
Yeah. And they use that to do spatial mapping. That's the kind of stuff that AI is not going to do.
For now, we don't know.
It's not going
to be honest, I don't know what to expect these days.
Right. But the point is that AI, the way it would work is, for one, it's only going to replicate what already exists.
Yeah.
So if this guy suddenly thought that I'm going to shoot a music video using a Kinect camera, which is like a terrible camera, but it has like motion, spatial detection and everything, AI is not going to, one, it's not going to be able to do that because it doesn't have that data.
Yeah.
And two, that's far from the first thing that's going to come to its mind.
But you know what I think was going to happen? Or I don't know if it's going to happen or not. In terms of Seedance, what I was looking at, I think that's what people are going to do. At least good-looking people or existing actors, they would just license their likeness to these companies. Go ahead, make a movie out of it.
Oh, that's already happened.
It already happened with a few celebrities. I think after this video, I think we're going to see more situations where actors are going to give up the license for their likeness.
Correct.
And people are and we're just going to keep seeing Will Smith in different movies. Or we'll keep seeing Shah Rukh Khan in something else.
I want to see Nicolas Cage and everything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not, right?
Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah, that looked kick-ass. I saw that trailer. But I think that's where we're heading, I think. That's why I think the guy, director or whatever from Deadpool tweeted, he tweeted that it's
I mean, my issue with all of this is that I think we're just going to get a lot of derivative and similar looking content. I mean,
because I already think Netflix is doing that, but yeah.
The thing is, we should probably move on to our next topic, but like I just want to have like a quick 2-minute chat on this. It's my personal observation, and it's also like based on data, but excessive use of Chat GPT is actually changing how people talk. Like everything from double negatives to that stupid word that like it uses all the time quietly. Like it uses quietly in everything.
And then the double dashes.
And the and the M dashes.
M dashes.
It's changing how people talk because now people and like are basically just reading of that. Yeah. So like half the time, like I'm watching the YouTube video and I'll see that person say that, whatever, something quietly. It doesn't scream, it shouts, or it's something like that. I'm like, bloody hell, those double negatives. You're sitting on YouTube and like using a Chat GPT script. Have some originality.
I guess, I mean, that's what people will end up doing, because sometimes some folks don't want to put in the effort. And it can it can result in this. I've seen it with social media as well, that certain people talk a certain way, and then a lot of people start talking that way on YouTube and Instagram. So I think it does have that effect, but AI is on another level.
Yeah, but when everybody's using that same resource,
we're going to be robotic,
and everybody talks the same way, like I guess this is what 1984 and conformity was all about.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, time and time again, anything that we've seen in science fiction movies, they come true.
That's true.
So I'm waiting for the day we can actually have a proper lightsaber. But yeah.
Yeah, take that against Elon Musk. Have you seen the show called The Beauty?
No.
Okay, you should. So they've got a take on Elon Musk on that, and it is hilarious. But I think we'll leave that for
some other time,
for the next episode, because there's a sequence that I want you to watch. But all of this is a very nice segue into our next section, where Akshay makes a very dramatic statement.
I did not. I
can see it in my show notes.
I did not make that statement. It was someone else. I was like, we have to talk about this.
Akshay asks a very dramatic and very poignant question. A question for our generation. Is Gen Z actually dumber than their parents?
And that's not me who's saying it. It's a study someone did. And they came up, and I saw it on news. It was all over the news. I was like, this cannot be true. But then in my head, I was like, if I put things together and connect the dots, yeah, it is very much possible. But yeah, I think the study basically, there's some doctor or something, I don't know what I mean, I forget the name, but you can Google it and you can literally use the same words that we used. Is Gen Z dumber than their parents or the previous generation? And you'll see the news piece from different outlets. And they said that this is the first time in mankind's history. Okay, maybe I don't know about the medieval times, but in mankind's history, that the current generation is dumber than their parents or the previous generation. So basically, us millennials and the Gen Z crowd these days, which I don't, to be honest, I don't believe it.
I don't. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I mean, there are some stats. There's a neuroscientist called Dr. What am I saying?
Jared Cooney Horvath.
Dr. Jared Cooney Horvath had a 2026 testimony which says that Gen Z is the first generation in modern history to score lower on standardized academic tests than the one before it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, maybe the way that we gauge intelligence has changed.
Maybe, but I mean, I understand. Like I I mean, I understand what he's trying to say here, but I have a feeling that the sample size was not big enough.
Also, like, I mean, I would go as far as saying that, like, do standardized tests. I don't feel that standardized tests were ever a great judge of intelligence, even at our time. But if that's the base criteria,
If that's a measuring stick, then
yeah, I'm not so sure. Like, sure, you know, maybe kids are not like that tuned into like mathematics and physics and chemistry anymore, but maybe you don't need to be. You can look at the bigger picture when you can have computers solve these smaller problems for you.
I guess I think that could be a great argument, but we don't know what kind of test it was, because I don't think I think the US, or at least Western part of the world, their standardized tests might be different from ours. I don't know what kind of questions were asked, what general knowledge kind of.
You were in an IB school.
Yes, I was.
So then, the test that you gave.
Yeah, but I think even IB, it's from the UK. It's Cambridge Board. Even in the UK, I don't think it's all prevalent all over. So I don't know. I mean, it is possible that Gen Z might be dumber than their parents, but they might be smarter in other ways that we are not.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I was going to get at. You know, I think a lot of these statements that come out that more than half of the time a teenager is awake, half of it is spent staring at a screen.
It's true though.
It is true, but does that make them dumber? I feel like this is also like old men screaming at clouds.
The
Like-
Simpsons.
Yeah, like our parents used to be like, "Oh, you're watching too much TV." So our generation is like, "Oh, you are spending too much time on the phone."
I got that all the time. You're watching too much TV and you're playing too many games.
Yeah, well, for me, it was like you're reading too many books. And like, cool, yeah, maybe I should have been studying more.
But sometimes we need to have these distractions in life.
But point is that I think,
although I do agree,
anecdotal data that you're spending too much time on your phone and all, like, I don't think that's anyway related to intelligence.
Although I do agree that short videos are rotting brains all over.
That I agree with, for sure.
Yeah.
That is absolutely
Short videos, unfortunately, like even you will eventually see shorts of us. We have to do it because that's how the algorithms are tuned. But I do agree that short videos are reducing the attention spans.
They have
reduced it. I have seen it with me. Like, I don't enjoy certain Netflix shows, or I can't sit for long. I'm like, I need a break. Because it has tuned my brain that way as well.
And I would say that this is worse than a cocaine addiction because people are fidgety as heck. Like people...
Cocaine addiction is also bad.
Well, analogies. Cocaine addiction is bad for sure, but cocaine is banned. Social media is not.
Yeah. Although there's some serious conversation like New Zealand, I think.
The UK is banned under 16.
Under 16. And I think that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, across Europe also there's talks. Australia is about to ban social media for those under 16. Now, the problem is, of course, is enforcement, because you can just tick whatever date you want on the sign-up page and still have access to it.
Well, there's always going to be workarounds on the internet because we've been doing it since we've had access to the internet.
That's true. I mean, I think when we joined Facebook, it was like...
No, I'm talking before Facebook. I'm talking...
Orkut.
I'm talking...
MySpace.
LimeWire.
LimeWire. Well, LimeWire never had age restrictions.
Yes, but we could download anything we wanted.
That is true. Yeah.
We didn't need to... we didn't need social media that time.
Linkin Park music video was not actually Linkin Park music video.
Yeah, you got Rickroll before Rickroll even happened.
That is true. Dirty people. I was talking about getting Rickrolled. So I think we're both on the same page that Gen Z are not actually dumb. It's just a...
I mean, it is possible that in their part of the world, it could be true. But at least for Asia, like let's say India or China, a lot of our economy is being powered by them. It's being like a lot of the IT sector, in the technology sector or whatever. Like we have that kind of population where most of it, I think a lot of it is Gen Z, and they're in the workforce.
True. I mean, personally speaking, my interactions with Gen Z, and I actually get to interact with a fair few, they're smarter than us.
Yeah, in other ways. In many ways, in fact.
In many ways. In social ways, they're much smarter than us, much more outgoing than us. They are aware of their... Okay, forget about...
They know their matcha for sure.
They know their matcha for sure. They also know their rights. They like, you know what? This is how much I'm going to work. This is what you pay me for. I'm going to do this.
And this is the time I want to get back home.
Yeah, like I'm not just going to keep slogging my ass off.
And I really appreciate that, because I worked in an Indian corporate, and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way at all. In fact, it's the most toxic culture I've ever come across.
Yeah.
And I've heard only Japan is worse than that.
I mean, I feel that in some ways we're going to have like two transitional generations, like us 90s kids,
80s,
almost 90s, us 90s kids. We sort of changed the societal barriers in some ways, where it was all about academics and like this, that, and following the straight and narrow paths. We sort of pulled away from that.
Yeah.
But it's the Gen Z, because they had that base to work off.
Yeah.
Like these Gen Zs, they're going to be like the ones who are going to fix India's labor market.
Hopefully. But the thing is, India's labor market is massive.
Yeah.
It's massive, and not everyone has the same luxuries as some people do. So I don't know if it's going to be a dramatic shift.
Baby steps.
But in corporate culture, for sure, there will be some shift.
Yeah, baby steps.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, India, for the longest time, it's still going to remain the market where if you're not ready to do the work, there are 10
other,
maybe 100
willing
other
to do
people
it.
willing to do it at whatever price, whatever demands. And those are realities of being in India. But I think we're digressing from the topic.
Yeah.
The point was that, yes, Gen Z consumes a lot of shorts content. Yes, it is brain rot, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're dumb.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. And to be fair, like millennials also consume a lot of brain rot content.
Oh, yes, we do.
Forget about millennials. Like, parents are the largest demographic of WhatsApp forwards.
Yeah, that is true.
So I mean,
in family groups and whatnot.
Yeah, all respect and all sanskari behavior, but like, come on, that's if that is a measuring stick for judging intelligence, then
it's not a good one.
Yeah,
it's not a good example.
It's not a good example. But let's circle back to where we were getting into.
Beginning?
Yeah, music.
I like talking about music, especially. But before I have my ranting hat on, which is related to streaming apps in general, I have to say that some of the best music and some of the worst music is coming out today.
True. We actually live in a bit of a golden era, because there is a lot of good music coming out for sure. Finding it is incredibly hard, but yeah, there is a lot of good music out there.
To be honest, the best era of music for me is, well, it's very subjective, but I feel the music that we were growing up at during the 2000s, I genuinely connect with that music a lot, because our music had a lot of attitude in it. Whether it's any genre, be it electronic music, be it hip hop, be it rock, be it even Indian music, it had attitude in it.
Yeah.
Which I find lacking today in today's music, exceptions being Kendrick Lamar. Arijit Singh does a great job. Even though I don't.
Except like Kendrick Lamar and Arijit Singh are as old as us.
Yeah, but they're coming out with music today, right? Yeah. Like even Coldplay is coming out with music today, but it's almost near trash. Their earlier stuff was incredible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the music, like we were talking about bands earlier, Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park, Evanescence, Tupac, Biggie, even though they were in the 90s, but I got to hear it in the 2000s, 50 Cent. And you'll be actually very surprised to hear this. All of this music, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses, my father introduced me to this music, which is not very common in India.
Yeah.
He introduced me to Guns N' Roses. He introduced me to 50 Cent. Can you imagine that? And I fell in love with this music. Craig David. There's so much music.
Oh man, Craig David.
There was so much music in the 2000s that even the R&B music was incredible. Yeah. But today we don't get to hear that variety anymore.
90s R&B, Ali.
Incredible.
Like, yeah, it was good stuff. I think parts of it, like we can sort of break it down if you want to, like so to speak. 90s, the angst, the the counter culture, the gangster movement, like in hip hop, all of that stemmed from real lived experiences.
They had something to say.
Yeah. Now today you still have gangster rap, but like let's say Hanuman kind, privileged dude who moved to the US, lived in Texas, coming back and talking about being a gangster. Bro, you've never been a gangster.
I agree with that, but I have to say that song was incredible.
No, the song is incredible. I'm not talking about the musicmanship.
Yeah.
The point is that there's a lot of posturing. You'll see super privileged kids all acting like, look at me, I'm so gangster. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're just a privileged kid who's cosplaying as a gangster.
And opposed to our time where Notorious B.I.G., Tupac had real life struggles. Tupac's mother was a Black Panther member.
Yeah.
And she actually fought for a lot of rights. And he saw a lot of shit in his childhood.
Exactly. So the thing is it good music? Yes, for sure. Like nobody can deny that that Hanuman kind track isn't a good song.
The moment I heard it, I was like, this is going to be a hit.
Yeah, it's a great song. But the point is, will it have longevity? I'm not so sure.
I don't know. See, again, it does represent India in some way. It does have something to talk about.
I think, see, that's where we get a little too myopic. Like, why are we talking about music purely from an Indian perspective? Like, if we had to go in that direction, from the rock side, I would say Bloodywood has made its mark.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But is all of the music fantastic music? No, it's actually not. Not really.
But you know what I miss? Again, coming back to and I'm not being that old dude back in my day. No. But in the 2000s, we had incredible pop music as well from India.
Correct.
Like I miss artists like Lucky Ali, although he's still making music today, but that kind of music, Lucky Ali, Shan, we had good popular music.
Yeah, who was that woman? The Made in India song.
Alicia Roy, Roy Chaudhary, something.
Alicia Chennai.
Yeah, but it was a great song.
Yeah.
And then we had those Colonial Cousins. That was also really popular at some point.
It was all like groundbreaking stuff. And we're not getting groundbreaking music today. We're getting an Indian version of trap music. We're getting an Indian version of hip hop music. Yeah. There's no Indian R&B as such.
I love Lucky Ali. Like his music is incredible.
Would you say that Karan Aujla is sort of Indian R&B?
It is Indian Drake.
Indian Drake, yeah. Like
which is great for, see, I understand that the space for that kind of music. It's great for parties.
Okay, honestly, like I think we're dissing too much on India. Because the point is like,
but it's true for
exactly. This is true for the
Drake's music will not be relevant 20 years from now.
Correct.
Kendrick Lamar's will be.
Well, Drake's first few albums might be.
Maybe, but not as much as Notorious B.I.G.'s album that I still listen to today. Or Tupac's album that people still stream a lot. Or Eminem for that matter. Eminem, the biggest artist in the world. People still listen to his new and old stuff. I think he's one of the most streamed rappers on Spotify.
But like what's going to stand out is going to be the older stuff. Like with
always.
This Is America. I mean, the dude's won a Pulitzer Prize. He's basing it off his real.
He deserves it too. I mean, his music is just, it's not only the music, his lyrics are incredible.
Yep. And I think, we kind of wavering all over the place. But the point is that...
But, I feel, I'll tell you why this is happening as well. Because as kids, when we were growing up, there was a thing called a concept album.
Yeah.
People came out with albums. It was a whole concept from the 60s till our time. Like, this is the concept of the album. This is what the music we want to make. That doesn't exist anymore. Partly because of streaming apps like Spotify.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think a lot of music is fragmented. One popular song gets viral and that's it.
But so what I'm observing is that that's actually making a comeback. I mean, if you remember, back in the day, there used to be these mixtapes, which artists would drop.
Yeah.
EPs.
Yeah.
Like, who was it? Lil Wayne, he used to drop mixtapes all the time. And in fact, like some of the songs on those mixtapes used to be better than the album.
Yeah. Even rock music for that matter. I remember when Iron. By the way, this hat Dhruv got me from the Iron Maiden gig, and I want to ask about his experience there. But I remember very vividly, Iron Maiden came out with the album called Dance of Death. It's one of my favorite albums. I went the day or not the day or the next day, I drove my father crazy, like, please take me to not Planet M, if you remember Planet M, shout out. But there was another store next to it.
Shout out to the OGs.
Yeah, there was another store in the basement which sold a lot of these albums. I'm like, I want this album because I want to listen to it from the very beginning to the end. And people don't do that anymore because it's not physical media.
Correct.
First of all, you're like, oh, this is a popular song, let me stream it.
And everything is easy to skip. No?
To be honest, we had fast forward buttons in our CD players as well, but it was not as easy as it is today.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
Same.
Like, if you ever, like, I want to request this to Gen Z, especially when you are trying to go back to the retro phones and all. Do it with music as well. Buy an old iPod Touch. Maybe, like, I use this Hebe R4 to listen to music with a wired cable. Buy one of these things. Listen to a Pink Floyd album or whatever favorite album it is, and notice the sound difference as well. You'll enjoy music more. Listen to a full album, and trust me, it's going to be better than what normal, like, useless stuff that you hear on Spotify.
Useless stuff that, yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, I'm seeing this resurgence in rock music for sure.
Young Blood is, I think, is this generation's rock
Young
star.
Blood is not rock music. He's an incredible singer
and a rock star.
He's a rock star.
And you saw him live.
I did, and he's a fantastic guy, or at least his public persona definitely is amazing. He's not a rock singer. It's fine. But changing the topic, like, there is great music coming out. Like, so there's this band called Halas from Sweden, and they do 70s inspired progressive rock. It's a little on the psychedelic side.
I like that.
It's fantastic music, and they've been at it since like 2011, 5 or 6 albums down. And somehow I ended up on the Instagram yesterday. 20,000 followers.
Yeah, these are the kind of bands that deserve more attention. Had they released physical media back, like, for example, that's how Linkin Park became a big band. The albums were visible in stores, people bought it, listened to it, and they became fans. Which is a problem with Spotify because there's so much music to listen to. You cannot really discover anything new.
Yep.
And I have a huge problem with Spotify because it discourages people I mentioned, to listen to albums. But it also developed this new habit amongst people to listen to music according to their moods, which I'm not a big fan of. I do it. I'm guilty of it as well, but not all the time. Like, oh, I'm in a chill mood, so I want to listen to chill out. Just play a chill out radio. And Spotify is so scummy about these things. They used some of their own AI music. They've developed AI music and fed it into these playlists and algorithms so that they don't have to pay royalties to people.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other big thing, right? Like, if you make AI, I mean, one of the incentives to make AI music good enough is that you no longer need to pay royalties.
And it kills creativity. And this is why I don't like Spotify. They pay peanuts to artists. Peanuts, which is why they're always touring. And like, if you've seen in the past 10 years at least, you've seen all your favorite artists tour a lot. It's because they don't get paid on these apps.
I mean, honestly speaking, like, if you appreciate music to any degree, like, the nicest thing that you can do for any artist is just either go to their concert or just buy some merch. That is more money than they'll make from 1 million streams on Spotify.
Ever. And it is very important that we preserve this concept because music will die eventually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is why I hate Spotify. And to be honest, YouTube Music has a better algorithm than Spotify, hands down.
Fair enough. That's true.
But since we're talking about music, you got me this hat from an Iron Maiden gig.
That's true.
But you also had a very unique opportunity to see Ozzy live.
I saw Ozzy live, yes. The final...
And your wife did as well. She went with you. How was it? Because I was really jealous, but I was also very happy for you.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to pass away 2 weeks later. But how was the experience and how was the concert?
I thought I had the most emotional concert experience of my life at Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Turns out it was Ozzy.
Yeah.
I've always been a big fan of Ozzy, but I would never say that he was my number one artist.
Yeah.
But when the opportunity came to see him live for the last time ever, you can't miss out on that. So it was emotional in the sense that you're listening to one, not just the guy who started, who whose body of work created the 100 different genres that I listen to today.
Yeah.
Whose, if it was not for them, we would have no such thing as hard music, metal music.
And by then he means Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath.
Yeah, and metal culture, like that entire thing, that entire countercultural movement would not exist were it not for Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Heck, counterculture manifests in different ways. So we're not just talking about hard rock or heavy metal.
Progressive rock as well.
Progressive rock, punk music, the entire punk aesthetic, none of that would exist without Black Sabbath.
Metallica would not exist without Black Sabbath.
There you go. So that, but then when he started playing Mama, I'm Coming Home,
I saw that on the live stream.
That, like, forget about just me. And I've, fortunately or unfortunately, I've had the opportunity to be at a lot of farewell concerts. Before this was like another Finnish band called Him that I went to. And that was also like the last time that they were playing and before the band disbanded. But this was special. And it was funny but also very heartwarming to say everybody. There were about 40,000 people in that stadium. Big burly men, motorbike enthusiasts, like that typical hard rock crowd.
Yeah.
Everybody's beeping.
I saw it in the live stream and I was like, holy shit, I wish I was there.
Because you could see that this is the end of an era. And Ozzy gave his all.
Yeah.
Within his physical capabilities at that moment. While I would say that Ozzy gave his all, like he's the epitome of that, he's the definition of hard rock where you live your life. You do everything.
Even reality shows.
Yeah, I mean,
it was hilarious.
Did he fuck up?
Hilarious in that.
Did he fuck up his life in some ways? Yes, he did.
Sure.
But that's fine. That's
none of my business, to be honest.
Yeah, it's his choice. He made those choices. But the point is that, like, within that concert, that man, unable to walk, was jumping out of his seat, out of his throne.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be up on the stage. If he could, he would be crowd surfing.
Yeah, he was very happy. I could see that.
And I guess, like, a lot of us had that feeling, hey, Grandpa got a good farewell.
A very good one. And I think that is what is missing from today's rock music as well.
Yeah.
Today's rock music, as I mentioned, sounds too sterilized it's not only because of AI. It started happening when people started making music on laptops. I understand for hip hop and whatnot, but for rock music, you need that organic live recording, like how people used to record. One of my favorite YouTube channels is Rick Beato, and he tells a lot of secrets about the music industry. And he was like, rock died the moment bands started quantizing. And if you don't know what quantizing is, it's like it sounds like a perfect beat. Started quantizing their drums, and it sounded too sterilized, too robotic. And if you've ever heard of great drummers, like even A.R. Rahman's drummer for that matter, the nuance and the errors and the personal style of how they play drums, that's what makes music sounds incredible, warm, organic. And that is missing from rock. And I think it happened in the late 2000s till now.
Yeah.
So it just sounds too perfect, and it doesn't sound right to me at all.
I mean, I would go as far as saying that the drummer and the bassist are the most underappreciated parts of a band, but they form the backbone of the band.
They control the fucking beat. They control the melodies. They control everything. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, I think people, if you are an aspiring musician, try it the old school way. You might stand out from the crowd.
Yeah. So any music recommendations for this week?
I've been listening to old music, but any new, I mean, I'm listening to a lot of MF Doom. I genuinely like his music. I'm listening to a lot of Pink Floyd because that's my favorite band in the world. And I haven't heard anything new apart from the Bad Bunny concert, and I've been singing that tune to my dogs, my kids, 24/7, to a point that my wife threw me out of the room. Like, that's it, it's enough. Just get out of the room. I've heard it for 3 days. Just stop. But yeah, the latest thing that I heard or saw was Bad Bunny's
concert.
Not concert,
Like
but
the Super
Bowl
Bowl
Yeah,
performance.
that was the latest thing I saw.
Yeah, it was a great performance. Though we were looking at the behind the scenes footage of that, and it must kind of suck to be in that stadium because he's like,
Yeah, they were not.
he's in different sets and stages, like, you know, half the time. I mean, I still feel that Prince had the best Super Bowl halftime performance because that was actually a concert.
I haven't seen all of them, but I did, and it started raining in that one.
Yeah, when he's playing Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
It was perfect timing. I think the one with Dre, Eminem, and Snoop Dogg was also incredible, and Kendrick Lamar was also there. Last year's Kendrick Lamar and SZA was also incredible. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this one was fun.
It was fun. It was very well choreographed for sure. And the conservatives obviously are throwing up a tantrum around all the twerking, but...
Dude, you'll be surprised. I saw videos of certain content creators. They were complaining about him. And then learning in their own show that Puerto Rico is a part of the US. They had no idea.
It was
hilarious.
Man, like this is not a podcast about American politics, but it is...
No, I don't want it to be as well. This way, it gives me a headache.
Like, how do you not know? I mean, you're complaining that you can't understand anything, but how can you not know that this is a part of your own country? But then again, like, that's conservatives everywhere. We have people who don't really know about the Northeast.
That's fine, but it was fun. That was my take from that.
Absolutely agreed. By the way, I have a personal goal of attending at least 24 music gigs this year.
Give me the top 3 ones.
So far, 2026.
No, the ones that you want to attend.
I want to see Gorillaz this year because I love the new album, the way it's shaping up. So the new album is coming out 26th Feb, I think. And they're doing a listening party in India on the 23rd. And I'm really excited for that. The album was already leaked, but I'm not going to listen to it. I have my record pre-ordered. I want to listen to it in its entirety.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a concept album.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Thank God for that.
We were talking about concept. It is a concept album, which is great. I mean, I've been to Batushka, Linkin Park, Lumineers so far. And, well, we sort of went for a Young Singh after party, but Young Singh never showed up. So that was that. We'll see. Maybe the Scorpions in April.
Yeah, they're coming, right?
Yeah, in April. I'm not traveling for Def Leppard. Not the biggest fan. So whatever. But we'll see. Like, and I will obviously, when I say gigs, it also includes electronic gigs because I want to discover India's drum and bass.
I've been to a lot of my gigs.
I've been to a lot of your gigs. That's not in 2026. You need to get back to gigging.
Maybe.
You should.
If you don't know, I am a DJ as well, and I've played a lot of shows, which is why I'm a little jaded. But yes, maybe one day. Maybe one day if we get enough views on this podcast and if you subscribe and we get famous, maybe I'll do a gig.
We'll do a live listeners only gig.
Yeah, for you, only for you.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the music segment for this week. I think we should actually do this like every week. A small segment anyway.
Maybe, yeah.
Album of the week.
If I've heard enough music, but yeah.
Well, but I'll listen to it now. But over onto gaming. So you've been playing RDR, but Sony held its state of play earlier this week. And
last night.
Last night.
Yeah. Yesterday morning. Yeah.
Yeah. And they had like a bunch of bangers in there.
Yeah, there were a lot of games that I was interested in. Actually, I'm excited to play. Well, not to play. I want to see more of the God of War trilogy remake.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I hope they do justice, and I hope they stick to the source material.
I've heard conflicting rumors. One rumor is that they're going to modernize the Greek saga and make it similar to the Norse saga.
That's fine. Just don't censor it because, you know,
yeah,
I enjoyed those 3 games a lot, and I think we all did. Whoever's played it, I don't want them to censor that.
Yeah, I hope not. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it's going to be exciting to, like there's all the conversation about the remaster era, like the PS4, PS5s are all about remasters. But
Because those are great games.
yeah, but some of these great games are just locked onto platforms like the PS3. Like you can still emulate a PS2 pretty easily, but PS3 is iffy. So
But MGS4 is coming back. It was locked to PS3 and they announced the state of play.
yeah,
It's coming back to the modern consoles and PC.
and it's packaged with
Another one, yeah.
another one.
I don't remember the entire thing. In fact, while we're talking, I'm looking all the games that were announced.
It's not Revengeance though, is it?
No, it's not. But yeah, I mean, the fact that people have been complaining for a while that game has been on the locked to PS3 for a while. So Konami is finally bringing it to modern consoles and PCs, and it's a remaster, I think. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Now you're going to hate me for this, but like I could never get into MGS as a kid.
I understand why. I mean, it's a stealth game. Not everyone is a big fan.
No,
of
so
that.
I like stealth games.
Okay.
What was that other one?
Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell. I used to enjoy Splinter
I
Cell.
love Splinter Cell.
I used to enjoy even like, the non-traditional FPS games like SOCOM.
SOCOM, Gears
Oh
of War.
man, Sony needs to bring back that franchise. SOCOM was incredible.
They need to bring back Killzone.
And Killzone. But somehow MGS never clicked for me in that weird camera format that they had.
Yeah. Not everyone gets it. I understand that, and but yeah, I mean, some people love it.
But what I like is that they're sort of remaking it in a modernized format, which gives me an opportunity to replay those great games, because it's not just about the action and objective. It's also like the storyline that you're telling.
You know what I would like? I would like both. You have the modern style of God of War that we've seen for the past two games, but they also have a mode where you have the fixed camera like the original games, and
yeah, that would be cool.
If they did both, that would be awesome.
Yeah, or if they can figure out some way to just, please Sony, come on, you can do PS3 emulation on a PS5.
Yeah,
you can do it. If like third-party devs without access to the source code can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
That would be like the best of both worlds situation.
Other games that I like was Kenna Scars of Cosmore. That looked incredible.
Oh yeah, you played the first Kenna. You recommended it to me.
Yes, it's a brilliant game, and I recommend everyone to play it.
Wasn't that like Zelda light?
Sort of, yeah. I mean, but it's still, the combat is incredible, and this one looked even better. Resident Evil Requiem was also that. Sarah's I'm not too interested in. Control Resonant also I was not. I know people who love Control. I just found it okay. The James Bond game looked fun. It reminded me of Uncharted a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's coming out soon though. I think May.
It's coming out soon. I don't know when. I have like date.
Yeah.
I don't remember the dates as well. And then there was this game by Game Freak that makes Pokemon games. Beast of Reincarnation. That looked great.
Yeah.
The new Castlevania looked great. That actually was for me the star of the show.
Castlevania. Oh, that by the way, Metroidvania. They've got the new God of War Metroidvania.
Yeah. I didn't connect with it. I haven't played it. But
I was watching like people play a live walkthrough of it, like the gameplay through it.
Yeah.
Would I buy it? Probably not, but it looks cool.
And then there was a game with a chicken in it.
Yeah. So, okay.
Project Windless, probably because they can't fly.
No, so there's... Okay, so I did a bit of a deep dive on that.
Yeah.
With Project Windless. Yeah, I mean, it is a giant...
But that's a funny name for a chicken that can't...
It's a giant chicken who's going...
Who's badass, huh?
Yeah, who's going all kung fu on thousands and thousands of demons. But it's based on a Korean book.
I know.
A Korean fiction book, and I mean the unfortunate decision to make it a chicken aside. Evidently the lore is pretty good.
It was funny, but it was incredible.
Yeah, it's a giant chicken.
Then there were other games like small games like Crimson Moon, and
Crimson Moon looked really good too.
It looked like a game from the 2000s.
Exactly. And I mean if it's a Soulsborne, then I'll give it a skip.
No, it's not. And I think it's a co-op as well.
That's even better. Like it's just like straight up, gothic horror action RPG.
Yeah, and I think the biggest review was John Wick.
And the new John Wick game. Yeah.
That looks incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised it took them this long.
I mean, I think they were just waiting for the right developer to make it, and I think Saber, yeah, the one that made Space Marine 2, they're the ones who are making.
I love Space Marine too.
Exactly. So they're the guys who are making it, and I think it will be. And there was some gameplay footage as well. It looked great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait to do some gun fu and yeah.
Yeah, and they've got like Keanu Reeves doing the
He makes a
motion capture for it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun.
So I would rate that state of play a good 7.5 on 10 at least.
It was pretty good for me. Like, I mean, I think the only thing that could top it off if there was a new Uncharted game coming out.
Exactly. And that's not happening anytime soon.
But it needs to.
It needs to. And I completely agree. But it will happen. I think there's rumor to be development at not enough.
Because, I mean, I honestly feel I haven't played the last Indiana Jones game. That's supposed to capture a bit of the Uncharted feeling. And there hasn't been a new Tomb Raider in a while. That entire genre.
Tomb Raider is being made again, yeah.
Yeah, but that entire genre, Tomb Raider was also like a B-grade Uncharted.
Yeah.
Like that formula, that action adventure game where you're living these larger than life set pieces and just going around looking up tombs, and it is such a boy's fantasy.
True.
Come true.
Yeah.
Like as a game. So yeah, I mean, I really hope something comes up in that genre, so to speak.
But I think we're heading towards the end of our episode. But before we go, I want to do a quiz.
Sure.
It'll be great for YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels.
Because we have to do that for some reason.
This episode was more about music. So I want to ask you a few questions or rank some things, and I'll give you mine.
Let's do it.
So I want you to name your, but I'm not going to ask 10 because that's too many. 5 of your favorite bands ever.
Iron Maiden. Gorillaz.
I should have kept a timer so that you a little faster.
Okay, fine. I'll go quicker. Whatever comes to my mind. These might not be my absolute top 5 bands, but whatever comes to my mind.
Yeah.
If it comes to my mind, it's probably in the top 10.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, Gorillaz, Batushka, Linkin Park. Altangun.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
It's this Turkish psychedelic band based out of Amsterdam.
Okay. My choices are a little more classic. Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Rage Against the Machine, Metallica, and Iron Maiden.
Fair.
Which is a good lineup. But to be honest, I listen to less music than Dhruv, probably, especially rock music, so he has far more diversity in choices.
I mean, I just went with the mainstream choices right now.
Yeah. Similarly, I want to ask, who are your top 5 rappers?
Rappers. So, okay.
Your favorite ones.
I
don't want you to rank them. Just your favorite ones.
Run the Jewels.
Okay.
Like that is top tier.
Is that the one that I was hearing at your place the other day, like last week?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So Run the Jewels would be number 1 for me. Then we've got Tupac. Then Eminem is in that top 5 list. I enjoy. I'm forgetting his name now. But
who's it?
So Shing02, like that's what he goes as. He's a Japanese rapper, but he does this lo-fi city hop style of rapping. The guy from Nuhabes.
Okay.
And then what was that duo? Sorry, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Nobody does it better. Come on, like those two guys.
I'll give you mine. You think of the name.
Fine.
My favorite ones, number 1 has to be Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, MF Doom, Kendrick Lamar, and the 5th one, even I draw a blank, but I do like Eminem, but Nas I prefer over Eminem. Eminem I like. He did some wild shit in the 2000s, and I absolutely love him for that, but I like Nas's music also. From the modern era, I don't give a shit about Drake. J. Cole is good, but not in my top 5. at least.
The new J. Cole album is actually really good.
The one that he's selling out of the dicky of his car for $1.
The dicky of his car.
Yeah.
It is a great album though.
Yeah.
So my other two artists, I'm sorry guys, I listen to way too much music to remember all the names.
Of course, yeah.
Nate Dogg and Warren G.
Incredible voices. I'm not
them.
going to complete the sentence, but what a fucking song. That was my favorite song at that time.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
And I don't know if, we can do this. And your favorite musicians? 5.
They're all musicians. Man, I don't play favorites.
Okay.
I like music.
Okay.
So it really comes down to what am I enjoying these days. Like I mentioned earlier, there's this band that I like a lot called Cooler Shaker. That's a great band that I like. I like this Swedish band called Halas.
I'm talking about musicians like a guitarist or a drummer, something like that.
Oh, guitarist. Alexi Laiho.
Okay.
Rest in peace. That is one musician that is the biggest regret of my life not seeing live. If you don't know who is Alexi Laiho, he's the singer, songwriter, guitarist from Children of Bodom. Yannick Yers is highly underrated within Iron Maiden. Then drummer John Friese, keyboardist, I would say the guy from Dream Theater. He's really good.
He's good.
And what other? Like, do you want to like move into like tambourines and like flutes and all?
That's fine.
Karan Katiyar for flute.
For me,
Anushka Shankar for sitar.
I mean, she's incredible.
She is incredible.
For me, it would be like David Gilmour, John Bonham. It's again very classic. Kirk from Metallica, Slash, and I'm blacking. What's his name? I forget his name.
We listen to too much music.
Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah. What a bassist.
That is true.
He's an incredible bassist.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it keeps changing, but yeah, those are my choices.
But you know who's a better bassist?
Who?
That Mexican dude who dances while playing the bass.
You have to send me that. I have not seen it. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. It seems like we end every episode by saying that was fun.
Well, if it wasn't fun, we wouldn't be doing this.
That is true. All right. If you want us to talk about something interesting, like have a fun chat, or if you've got some music recommendations for us, absolutely. Like that is something that we look forward to in the comments. Music recommendations, game recommendations, book recommendations, movie recommendations.
Don't recommend smartphones. I don't want to hear about them.
Yeah. If you want the lore of that, like you should probably check out episode 1. I'd get some more engagement.
But yes, thank you for tuning in. It was a pleasure to talk about this stuff with you, and hopefully we're going to be doing far more of this.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Happy Valentine's Day.
See ya.
Bye.